who's the president of the National Union of Ghana Students. Many thanks for your time. Now, you're raising concerns regarding that 15% increase in fees. Why?
Thank you very much. I think that the conversation about fees increment is something that we've taken keen interest in right from the 3rd of November when we met the President of the Republic. We had anticipated that fees were going to go high, considering that the current economic conditions we find ourselves in would necessarily warrant it or call for it. But we had proposed to the President that these are not times that you put the students at the mercies of economic conditions, considering that state institutions are supposed to provide welfare and protection for these students and these vulnerable ones. Then there is a clear case that if there is anyone to be protected in an economic condition like this, then it's definitely the students of this country. We followed it up on the 21st of November with a memo to the President through the Minister of Education. Then on the 1st of December, we followed it up with a letter to Parliament through the Parliamentary Select Committee on Education. Fortunately and unfortunately for us, the fees have been released, but on a very high rate. It's going astronomical, right from colleges of education to our traditional universities to our technical universities. Now, this is our worry. Our worry is that Parliament has set a 15% threshold. We are not happy about that, but let's deal with that 15%. Now, the problem is that some universities and some institutions, out of, I don't know, I want to call it disrespect or contempt for Parliament, have gone above the said.
These are public universities.
These are public universities.
Can you name them?
You know, the good thing is that we have them, but we want to also be very procedural and magnanimous. We've put out the word out there. We've gone to JTEC.
But how do we know for sure that?
So this is how we're doing it. We've written to JTEC. We've spoken to JTEC. On Tuesday, we sat down with JTEC in a very extensive meeting. Then we've given JTEC time to write to every single university, reminding them that Parliament has set a threshold. I'm told that the letters have been sent. We have today till next week. Today is Friday. If by Wednesday they do not heed to the cause by Parliament, by JTEC, and by the student front, we will definitely. We have a mechanism that's going to publish the names of the institutions.
Okay.
I'll give you a critical example like colleges of education. They've released admission fees for fresh students, and some are hovering over 20%, 30%. When in fact you are not supposed to go above 15%.
15%. All right.
I can go on and list the institutions for you. We have about 5 of our top 5 universities in Ghana going as much as 53% increment. The conversation is that we are not even happy about the increment in the first place.
Okay.
And to come and face a hike of an astronomical nature is grave insensitivity on the part of our institutions.
Now let's talk about this 15% increment. I'm sure with your meeting with GTEC, you did put across some proposals regarding how students can pay this said increment. How are you putting it together for your students to be able to pay the extra cost?
So first of all, our first proposal to GTEC was to enforcement of the 15%. And it should be a stricto sensu enforcement. Then second, our proposal to GTEC is that GTEC should write to all the institutions, all tertiary institutions, including colleges of education, informing them that they are directed to take 50% part payment. What we are saying is that these are not good times. You've increased 15%. Allow students pay 50%. Now, this is the technicality of it. No institution in this country takes all the money from students and uses it at go. It is for the full period of 1 year. So it is gravely unfair to students when you tell them to pay 70 or 100% before you allow them to administer or to register, when in reality, you're going to use about 50% or more after the first semester. So this is our simple proposal. To be fair to the students of this country and to be fair to the institutions, allow 50% payment. Allow students pay 50%. Then you spread the rest over a flexible payment period to allow vulnerable students who do not have the capacity to pay all at once to also pay.
All right. Now let's talk about the residential. Is it also capped at 15%, or you're seeing more? Just like with the other administrative
that part is even more worrying, you know. That part is even more worrying because every single fee in the institution has been capped to a threshold of 15%. 15% applies to residential. And we are saying this, and we are very clear and blunt about it. No student of this country will pay more than 15%. That would be a very typical situation of an aluta from our end. And it is a very nice promise or love letter to our institutions. Do not charge more than 15%, both for the academic facility user fee and the residential facility user fee. And at best, or at worst, let's allow students pay 50% and register. What NUPS is trying to do is to meet the system halfway. At least we understand that over the last 3 years, fees have not been increased.
Okay.
We understand. We are not happy with the 15% that we've registered. But at least for the sake of continuity and for the protection of the vulnerable students, let students pay 50% and register.
I want to thank you so much for your time.